Where can I access the URL, right? Go live. We are kind of live. Never mind. YouTube. So yes, we are live. Never mind. YouTube. So yes, we are live. So let's start a project and code. Scrapper. What was the project name? Web scrap. CD web scrapper. Code. No, we might want to save that, but save. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Clojure make HTTP. I think there is a library called Clojure HTTP client library. YouTube. My channel. YouTube. And let's kill the resolution. Okay, so if you need older version LANbot, go to project dependencies. Also we need to update the version of Clojure to 1.10, and let's see how quick start works. Head, we can send request get, and what we will do, we will simply fire up the REPL, LAN REPL, and CMT require. Now it's downloading the dependency that we just installed. HTTP core components, new client. So we also need a library to parse HTML scrapping with Clojure. Require this, and we should have like a client get, that's called google.com, and I'm pretty sure we need a protocol for that. Get HTTPS. Okay, body, should it be in body? I think it will be in body, but yeah, it's in body, right? It's under body. So we got the HTML. Let's see how we're going to parse it in Clojure. And live HTTP get insecure true HTML DOM select a. I'm looking for something like if we can get a query based, like we simply define CS query and web scraping using Clojure. I think the query based selector are really easy to use. Yeah, there is an example. Chase project 6 months ago. Okay, so we think we might want to use that. Clojure. Okay, Google that. Java doc. So yes, I think it's a complete Java based. So what else we can do? Println for element text, get element HTML, and what is HTML connect URL? Interesting. So we only use everything that JSON provides, and we have to like look at the documentation of JSON. Okay, discussion, document AP reference. Index, all classes, add absolute URL. So we not gonna get any code example. So this is the example we got. Can we do something better? Like, can we find something else? Why use Clojure for web scraping? Clojure. Learning algorithms. For entry and abstractions. Interesting. Why use Clojure for web scraping? Well, even I don't know. Okay, I think our best bet would be to use something like JSON for now. So we define URL, then we connect to URL and send a GET request, then get element page CSS. Okay, then we get element back. Okay, so it's like all Java based. You call method after method. So to connect, then we call get, select. Interesting. I think there should be a better way. HTTP select DOM. Okay, web scraping, Clojure, and leave Clojure. En live. A selector, anchor selector. Okay, main template, header. Selector can match either node or fragments. Okay, interesting. So syntax.html selector syntax, but the thing is how we can like select. Is there any example like where we call select HTML content, hiccup style helper? What's new in live? Okay, parse HTML. Nice tutorial. Inline, yes. Okay, the second wrapper improved, so it's in header point. HTML select, HTML text. So text would be like when you just want to extract the data. So HTML select, we give it a URL, we get it, then we give it the query path. So I say so let's add into dependencies and restart the wrapper. And what we're gonna do, we will define body as a, and now one thing, does it take a body fetch URL? What is fetch URL? The function fetch URL grabs the content of the URL synchronously and use HTML. Okay, is it something built in? I'm not sure. Okay, there was also this tutorial, right? Load in namespace, HTML title. I see. So I have to do a bit of reading, I think. REPL load fetch URL, the function which will grabs the content. Okay, but where is fetch? Like, do we have to uses HTML? Okay, fetch uses HTML resource. Remember we aliased C grand to HTML. Yes, okay. For convenience, another handy function definition in library. Okay, so I think fetch URL, we will get it from the library itself, if I'm not wrong. Print and line point map. Okay, so scrap to fetch URL. Interesting. So yeah, I think that solves a lot of things. I think it's kind of like super clear, like what we need to call. So I think we gonna require that. Also, let's go to core and I think now we don't need the HTTP client thing, but we will see. Yeah, we might want to do that instead of. So now we have this, the library is available. Now what we do, HTTP resource, HTML resource, Java net URL, and it's URL. Okay, let's also see, like, I just want to see, like, that dot thing, is it like constructor in clojure? Constructor. So yeah, I think that is the case. Description, summary URL. I see part. So let's define fetch URL. What to, okay, get. Do we want a simple get? I think get is already defined, so it will conflict. Okay, so fetch URL. And let's send it to google.com, http google.com. Okay, so now what we can do, if everything works fine and content, so let's go to Google. Can we select the text of Google search and class, value, name type? Okay, so what is the class? I'm not sure if that class is dynamic. GN, what a strange name. But fetch URL, right? Then we do this map text. Okay, how about we call like copy that. So grab, let's call it grab, and it will take content and query, and we will run query on the content and query, and let's delete that for now. Map text. Okay, now we call grab, and fetch URL will be like http google.com. Now it's time for sending query. So in query, what we gonna send, let's can we simply specify the class HTML root. I think there were a list of selectors, class. Okay, so class tag you. Okay, maybe let's try, what is the name? Okay, so we get error, don't know how to convert iSeek. Okay, I think we have to like, interesting. Now I think we should be like sending something. Table HTML first child, td title. Okay, let's try to grab something simple, which is a image music. Okay, so we do get that, and inspect element. Let's grab all the inputs. Interesting. Yeah, maybe we could say something like let's not map it to text, right? And we will simply return that after the grab function. Grab input. Okay, now it's much clearer. And also we have to like pretty print. Can we assign like clojure pprint to pprint def pp. print. Interesting. Or maybe PP already referred to. Okay. Def P. Okay, so we have now a P is available as a function. Now let's predetermine that and expand it. What we get? So we get all the attributes. Now it's kind of clear, and we will define a function called P. Interesting. Now let's see what we want to do. I was basically looking for like web scraper and what we might want to scrap. I think we will scrap or something like. Let's go to any. Is there any blog? I think there should be an audio podcast. Maybe Reddit. Then we have to like blog. WordPress blog. Okay, not this. Blogging themes. Actually, why not scrap WP beginner? Okay, so all details. I need something where there is pagination and yoga blogs. So why not yoga blogs? Yoga blog. And let's also open up Hacker News. Okay, so there is some more link, right? So page 2. So let's build our def URLs, and in URLs, for example, I'm thinking along the lines where I could build a scraper, and for example, in morning I have to open few websites to keep myself updated on what's new, and I was thinking, why not just build a scraper and scrap like first 3 pages and filter out all the news and just like have it like in plain text. For example, I already have this thing on I would say on GitHub where I simply see like what are the new projects that are popular in trending on GitHub, and I kind of scrap it and put in a list, and like once they are scrapped and to save my energy, I simply keep track of like what I have seen before and stuff like that. So I simply keep this list fresh, like if there is something new, just show me that instead of showing all the records. So I think that's kind of cool. So I was thinking if we could build something like that for maybe Hacker News, maybe other services that is like portable, and I can create a category sections and like I can categorize and search something like that. But let's see. So far we will need title, right? Mostly title and domain name. So root URL, let's we will not define proper actually why not just do that, let's say. So here is the root URL. So hacker news, and so next thing we need is starting page and end page. I don't know. So hacker news, then we have URL page. Okay, max pages, like maximum number of pages we want to scrap, and it could be like 3, and then we could have like starting page would be like 1, and URL would be like pagination URL, or yeah, pagination URL, and p will be like something that we're going to append to, and let's make it a string, right? So we have that sorted. Now close it out, comment this, and format it. And why it's showing error? Okay, because we have to do that instead of. So interesting. So now this is one scenario, right? So what we will do, we will basically iterate this URL over and over, or maybe we could simply get rid of that, and we can simply get rid of it and keep it query, more like pagination query. I don't know, we will see. So start page, maximum pages. Okay, so I think this pagination is kind of simple, and now we need a few selectors where we're going to like pagination. I think pagination should be in separate block, and we can convert into query. Right, so query pagination, and could be query. For the next thing, we need to like provide what kind of data we need, and we will have like title and a selector for selecting titles, and yeah. So I think for now I will take a break, and we will get back to it in short. So let's stop.